Welcome back to another episode of Is It Rigged? On today's episode, we've got power to spare. I've got a care package to show you guys, so stick around. Let's get this thing kicked off. Here we've got a little Is It Rigged sample box. Mr. Terry over at Power to Spare sent me this care package, and I wanted to open it up with you guys and show you what I got. This will be a two-part video, so yeah, let's get started. So start off with anything that is lithium base. The shipper must have a battery label on the package. So make sure wherever you're getting your batteries from that they are labeling the box correctly. Alright, so I've got a handy dandy knife. Let's get it open and see what we got. And he sent over some fans for my Opuses. That is awesome. I can't wait to do a mod with these fans. So thank you, Mr. Terry. Let's get the box out of the way. Alright, so I want to get started with this one first. This one is the Vitek. If I can get that in focus for you guys, I apologize. It is 14.4 volts at 15,900 milliamp hours, which is 229 watt hours. So I want to open this bad boy first and see what we have in there. And yeah, let's get started. A couple of clips here and a couple of clips at the bottom. I believe we're going to need to cut that first. No cells in the top handle. So I took some brute force and I pried this area apart, and it looks like the cells are lined all the way around in this form. So you should be okay hammering in the top and prying them apart. You don't want to pry too much on the sides. It appears that the batteries are wrapped all the way around. You do have a little bit of room for prying, but not much. So we're going to continue on the path of trying to pry this pack open. We're at a point now to where I can kind of demonstrate what to do. So you have your 4 tabs up on the top where the handle is. You have 4 tabs at the bottom. You want to push those down and pry apart from the top to start with. And then you want to do the same thing from the bottom. I actually had to use a screwdriver and a small hammer to tap lightly in those areas so I could push the pegs down. But now we are at a point to where we can get to the batteries. Is all of these are held in with a rubber glue. So let's finish taking the batteries out of the case. And it appears we have little tabs right down here at the bottom that we might be able to use as a pry. Looky there. It does help you pry it right out. That is phenomenal without damaging any of the cells. So there's a little clip that holds the batteries in its little case. I simply used a screwdriver. I pried up on it. There we have it. All right. So let's clean up the workbench a little bit. I am just going to snip all of these off with my flush cut cutters. So these cells are spot welded. So the cells are spot welded down. We're going to have to go through and remove all the spot welds. What I would also recommend doing is let's go ahead and we'll heat up the soldering iron, and I want to remove this tab and that tab. I have a pair of hemostats and about a 700 degree Fahrenheit iron. two down here we want to take off as well. All right. So now we still have one tab here we need to unsolder. And we have the VMS board completely disconnected finally. Definitely do not want to short these nickel strips out. Alright, so now we've got just a couple of tabs left here. Found out there are some clips on the inside. Ah, wow. Still have to be very careful with these tops right here. Now we've got to go through the bottom and pull all these off on the bottom. Make sure you don't have anything to short out. Those two traces that come up on each side, it goes all the way down to, once you pull that tab up, you got 1, 2, 3 cells that you need to go down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, including this one. done and done. That one made a magnificent mess. But we did get the cells. Some NCR 18650F. Now we just got to clean them all up and test them out. All of the batteries torn apart, and I cleaned them up a little bit. And these Panasonic NCR 18650Fs, we will do some testing on part 2. This is the BA300 and the BA316. The BA316 is 92 watt hours plus 92 watt hours. Nominal voltage is 14.4 and the nominal amp hours is 6.4. Now this is what they call a double pack, as you can compare to the original. You can kind of see this double. And the baby brother is 83.5, and its nominal voltage is 14.4, and with a nominal amp hour of 5.8. This is model BA300. So let's open up the small battery pack and see what we got, and then we'll move on to the large one. And you do have 2 Phillips head screws below the label. Okay, so now we've got the two Inogen. These are the BA408 and the BA400. Be a single and a double. Let's tear into its big brother the exact same way. Lower the lock mechanism down. Take you what size would this be? Looks like a 3/16 flathead. There's a little lip underneath there. Voila. The model we have here is a BA224. This is a 98 watt hour plus 98 watt hour, 14.8 volts. The nominal is 6.6 amp hours. And it takes a T10 security bit that has the little hole in the top of it. So what I am doing here is I'm going right underneath the lock mechanism and I'm prying up. Once I get a lip up on it, sometimes you can pull. still got to use your screwdriver. These cells, they have the LG AA S31865. Now, this particular, I believe this is, and it has, looks like the NCR 18650. Doesn't tell me whether A, B, C, or D, or neither. It takes a T20, and loaned out my ones the other day. So I will have to use the good old Cobalt. So there's only two. There's one in the back and one up here in the middle. Just make sure you don't short out your tool because the wires are currently connected. And what I'll go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and cut our positive wires and then go on to cut our negative wires. We have two thermistors. Our bolts are out. Go ahead and cut the power wires and then off of the unit. Make it a little bit safer for us. Alright, so now we can take a Phillips head and remove this BMS. Alright, so now we've got our two torque heads or stars. And beautiful. These are going to be really clean pulls. Really clean pulls. So we just got to pick it in and we got to start. looky there. Now that is a beautiful pull. Now I just need to go through here and clean all these up. And there we have it. Dusty bench and all. Make sure you go check out powertospare.net for all of your batteries. Make sure to stick around for part 2 where we will get the capacity results. That should be here in a couple of days once I run all of these through my chargers and testers. We'll see how well they are. Again, make sure to support powertospare.net. You can use my coupon code ISITRIG for a discount, and that works all throughout the United States. I believe that's for the lower 48 only. So powertospare.net. And make sure you check out some merch. I got my merch. Alright guys, I will do a video in the next day or two for the giveaway. And make sure to like and subscribe if you like what you see. Sorry for this video being so long. We'll let you go, and we'll see you on the next one.